Hi everyone, today I want to talk a little bit about the African violets, after what we have to do after propagating the violet leaves. 2 months ago I took leaves from this violet and I planted them in clear plastic cups and I put them in these containers, in this bag, and I left them. And now people are asking questions. Thanks guys for watching my videos and liking my videos and leaving comments. And there are questions. Kelly B Tech is asking question, and today I wanna answer for that question. The question is how long before babies sprout. Let's talk about how I water them. Then I will tell you about the babies when they will come out. The second question is, do you need to water any more times after the first watering before the baby sprout while they are in the bag? Okay, let's show again how I plant African violet leaves for those who didn't watch my videos. Okay, now I will show you what I'm gonna do. In my video, I don't remember if I told you about the soil. The soil, I don't use extremely dry soil. I make it a little bit wet. It's not wet, it's moist, and it's, as you see, it's loose, but it's not wet, it's moist. And this kind of soil I use for the leaves. It's not soggy, it's not even moist, it's a little bit damp. Okay, I take half cup of soil, this much, and this is vermiculite and perlite. I mix them both and I put some in the pot. Like so. And as you see, this pot, this mixture is dry and it's very loose, and even if I turn my pot, they can fall easily. And if I wanna put my violet leaf in this soil, it will go easily through this mixture. And now you will see, if I will put the water, if I water this, I cannot put the leaf in this pot. It's hard because this mixture, this perlite and vermiculite, as you see, it's not moving. They stick to each other. It means, look at this, the violet leaf, it cannot go inside. It means that the soil is enough wet and we don't need to water this pot. And see, again I will show you, this is leaf and the stem is 1 inch. This is the perfect size to cut the leaves, but any size it can grow and can give baby. This size is comfortable when you put in the container, in the plastic container, like so. These leaves, if they are short, they don't bother each other. If they have long neck, they bother each other, and the light cannot go to their babies. They can hide the neighbor pot. That's why it's better to plant this short. Even shorter we can make, this much we can cut, and anyway, short is better. I like to plant short neck. Okay, let me show again. This is dry and mixture perlite and vermiculite, it moves easily from side to side, as you see, and I can put the leaf easily through this mixture. It goes easily through this. And now let's put some water and see again. This much water I put, not much. It means 1 ounce I am putting, or half an ounce, one ounce, because this is dry now, and 1 ounce is not much for the first watering. So as you see, the perlite and vermiculite, they stick to each other and they are not moving. And let's see the other pots. When we have to water the second time after we planted our violet leaves, it depends how fast your soil gets dry. For example, in our state, we live in Missouri, it's high humid here, and I don't even open my bags, sometimes months, sometimes more. But now it's winter, the heater is working, and I have to check my violet leaves often now. I'm checking because every time when I open them, I find some pots dry. And how we know if we have to water or not? From the soil, from the topsoil, we can easily see, like in this pot, we can see that this pot needs to be watered. As you see, this vermiculite and perlite mix, they can easily move from side to side. And now this pot has to be watered. How much water I put? As you see, the pot is extremely dry now, but inside there is some moisture still. There is some moisture, but we don't see it, and the top is extremely dry. And what I do, I take water. Look at this. I took 1 ounce of water and I put from top. I don't touch the leaves, and I make little bit wet the top soil. Here you see the water is not going down even little bit. You see, this much water, it made only topsoil moist, but the rest of the soil, it stays dry. Still it's dry. And now you see the water going down. And when we put them again back to the bag, Ziploc bag, or in the container, this water will be spread around the pot, and it will make equal moist this potting soil. We don't need to water until the soil gets wet, totally wet. We don't need that, because if we do that, we can have root rot. Now I have roots in this. These leaves, they have roots. And let's check other pots if we have to water or not. As you see, the perlite and vermiculite, they don't move now. And this much water. Whenever you see the topsoil that the mixture is moving from side to side easily, it means that you have to water this pot. It depends from the area where you live and how fast your pots get dry. Nobody can tell you how often you have to water your violet babies. Nobody can tell you, because it depends from the environment, from the weather and everything. And if it's winter or summer, in summertime I don't water them often because the air conditioner works and the house is cool, and we don't water them often. This pot, as you see, it doesn't need to be watered because the soil is still moist. I moved this leaf. Okay, I will show you. This leaf doesn't have any neck, as you see, and it has roots. And I can plant it back again. I just cover top and I don't touch even the back side. The roots will go themselves inside the vermiculite and perlite easily. That's why I love this mixture. It's very comfortable. And see these pots here in this container, they don't need to be watered. As you see, even the soil, it seems dry. It's not dry, it's a little bit moist inside, but we cannot feel that. But from the topsoil we can see that this pot, it's okay, still is okay. We don't need to water. And here in this container I will show you that couple of pots, they need to be watered. This pot, if you see, if I show you two pots, in this pot you can see the topsoil is still moist, and this is perlite and vermiculite. See, this perlite turned white and it's moving from side to side, and in this pot it's not moving, little bit but not much. Couple of perlite can move, but not all of them. But in this pot, you see, it's moving. It means this pot need to be watered. And when I water, I don't water them all at the same time. It depends. And how I water them. The pots which doesn't have babies, I water with rainwater, which is warm, not cold, room temperature, it little bit warmer than room temperature, and I water them from the rainwater. I don't add any fertilizer in the water. These leaves which doesn't have babies, and the leaves which started growing babies, I water with fertilizer. This is a fertilizer what I use for my African violets and for my violet babies. How I make it? I take 1 spoon of fertilizer, 1 spoon, and put in a cup. And I take water and mix in this cup. You see, I still have fertilizer here. And I mix until I don't see in the bottom of the cup, I don't see the fertilizer. I mix till that time. Little bit is left. That's it. And what I do, the babies, the leaves which have babies, I water with this fertilizer. For example, let's find the pot which need to be watered. Okay. Let's take this cup. It seems a little bit dry, but not dry, but I want to show you how I do it, how I water. This much baby grow. It's very tiny baby. And this pot doesn't need to be watered now, but I want to show you how to water this pot. I take fertilizer and I put around the pot like this. I don't come close to the violet leaf and the baby. I don't wanna touch them, and I put just a little bit water around the pot. Why I do this? Because if the water goes to on top of the baby, it can kill the baby, can rot. That's why we don't touch. And this leaves which is dry, I water. Let me take some water, bring some water, and I will show you. I take water and I put in this cup, I put some water from top, because I don't see any baby, no baby is growing here, and I put from top of the soil. I make the top moist. I put little bit, not much, and as you see, this much water is left, half ounce is left, and I don't need to water it much. If I water much, I can decay my leaves. That's why, to be in the safe side, we have to water a little bit, not much, because this container and this plastic bag keeps moisture inside, and they don't get dry fast. Even week you cannot check. But after planting your violet leaves, you have to check constantly 4 days. Next day you have to check it, because it's important. If the leaf wants to leave, you will see that the leaf becomes stronger and it starts shining. If the leaf wants to die, you will see next day or next 3 days. You will see it. You will notice that the leaf is not gonna leave. And now the next question. Let me take my phone and read the question. How long before babies sprout? Okay, I showed you how I water, and when I water, I think that I explained it. If you don't understand something, I can show you again. Now let's answer to the second question: how long before baby sprout? It depends from the leaf, and it depends from the time, from the season of the year. If you are propagating your leaves in winter, you will see your babies after a long time, maybe 2 months or 3 months. Even it doesn't depend from the season, but most of time it's the season plays a role. Okay, but these leaves in this container, I propagated from the one violet. It was dying violet, and I wanted to save its leaves as much as I could, and I planted them all in these pots. And even I planted smaller leaves, which is in the center, this kind of small leaves. I saved all the leaves. I didn't waste any leaf, because I didn't know which leaf will survive and give babies. And as you see, all the leaves are here still, and some leaves they gave generation. We have babies and they died back. as you see, and we remove this from the pot. And some leaves, when I planted this violet, okay, I planted it June 1st, 2018. Now it's January 6th, 2019. It means 6 months ago I planted these violet leaves, and still from some of them I don't see the babies from these two pots and this pot and this pot, yeah, in this pot too. This is extremely dry, as you see. I didn't even put vermiculite and perlite mixture on top, and you see the soil is very dry and it need to be watered. Yeah, but this yeah, as you see, this leaf started growing babies. I didn't notice that. Okay, I have to water, and I will show you if it's extremely dry like this, how we have to water. Let's leave it to the end. I will show you how to water if you have this kind of situation. Okay, these pots, you see, these leaves, these 3 leaves, they didn't give babies yet. This small leaf and these 2 big leaves, and the rest, all of them, they gave babies. As you see, some of them, they just started growing babies, as in this pot. Its size is 1 inch now. Even we can see from the ruler, we can measure close to the 1 inch. And the leaf in this pot, these 2 leaves, they are growing their babies, and these babies are longer than 1 inch, and this is tiny baby. And some leaves, they died, as I took the dead leaf now. And see, some of them, they are big enough to be independent. I can take this baby and transplant it in other pot, and this leaf will give the babies again, will start growing another babies. If I remove this baby, now this leaf is busy to grow this babies. This leaf, it's growing this baby. If I remove this, it will grow another babies. It will start growing again. And these leaves, as you see, I planted at the same time, and they are sitting for a long time. Some leaves, some African violets, they don't grow babies fast. I had from one violet, it was summertime, I saw babies after 2 weeks. In 2 weeks I had already growing baby from the leaf. I planted that leaf without root, how I plant usually, and after 2 weeks I started seeing babies, this kind of babies. And these leaves are sitting for a long time, and just now they started growing babies. It depends from the violet, what kind of violet you are planting. And some violets, they grow babies fast. Some violets, there are some kind of violets that they don't grow babies fast. And in these pots, you see, even the same violets, some of them, they didn't grow babies. Some of them, they already grow and died back, and some of them, they are growing babies, and some babies are big enough to be independent. As you see, how long each is. 4-inch long, this baby. 6 months ago I planted these leaves. And what else I wanna tell you now, how I'm gonna water this extremely dry pot. I don't like planting my violet leaves without perlite and vermiculite mixture, but I don't know how I planted them like this. I don't remember even. And how I water, if I take water, half ounce water like this, and usually I put this much water. Now can I put this much water in this violet? No, because if I put this much water, the roots are now dry and I can easily rot the roots, and that's why I put little few drops like this. I don't touch the baby. I'm not going even close to the baby, this baby. As you see, water is not going fast even. And all the water what I am putting in this pot, it's going down. This soil is not taking any moisture. Okay, this much. Even see how much water is left. I put few drops and I will wait till tomorrow, and this water will spread around the pot and make the soil little bit moist, and then I can water it how I water regularly. And now the next question. What is the next question? Let's check. Yeah, I think I answered the questions. Okay, that's it. The growing babies, it depends from the violet, and it depends from the time. In summer they give babies faster, in winter they grow their babies slower. And let me show you this bag which I planted my leaves from that violet. As you see, now this pot is between moist and dry. We can put few drops of water, clean water without the fertilizer, because this leaf didn't grow the babies yet. I can put little few drops in this pot, and that's it. I don't even use the half ounce of water, little bit, and leave it here. As you see, I planted them 2 months ago, and still I don't see any babies in these pots, but they have roots. If I can show you, I will show you. How you know if they grow the roots? This question is very interesting too for some people. You try to remove this, to pull this leaf out, and you feel that it's firm inside, and it moves little bit the soil. As you see, if I try to take it out, the soil is moving with this leaf. If the leaf didn't grow the roots yet, if you try to pull this leaf out, it can easily come out, as in this pot. See, it's coming easily out because we planted this leaf just now, and after a week you can check, and you can feel if it has roots or not. And what else I wanna tell you, it's very important thing. Okay, if you see that baby is growing, for example, I don't have for that example, but yeah, here. Good, I found. If you see this kind of situation, what do you have to do? Do you need to take some toothpick or something and remove this soil from the baby leaf and make it free to come out easily? This is very wrong. It's mistake. What I did before, I watched YouTube videos, and some people, they recommend you to take to move the soil from the baby leaf and free it. It can grow easily out. It's mistake, because when I did that, I saw that my baby violet that it died couple times. How many times I tried, they die. Why? Because that the environment that they stay in the soil, it's good for them. They are not ready to be outside, they are weak, and when they get stronger, they push this soil themselves and they go out, and that time they become more stronger. As much as strong they are, they grow outside. And if you move this soil from them and you want help them to come out, it's mistake, because they are not ready to be outside. And this I wanted to tell you. And what else? Yeah, I want to show you, I didn't have the violet leaf which I rooted in the water to show you, but I want to tell you something, how much roots you have to plant in the pot. If, for example, you put this leaf in the water and after some time you see the roots, and how much roots they have to plant in the soil. I will show you one example. This violet was dying and I cut its roots and I put in the foam. I cut the foam and I made hole in this, in the center, and I put on top of this water like this, and it's growing roots. If I can show you here, it has roots now. Okay, I will take out and I will show you. Now I saved this violet because it was dying, and this leaf I can remove even. And you see these roots, it has strong roots, thick roots. When the violet leaf will have this much roots, you can plant them in the pot. You don't need to grow long roots. As long as you grow them, as slowly they get used to the soil. Now it's fresh and they are young roots, strong roots. This much roots you can plant in the soil. I think I showed whatever I know. I showed you, and if you have any questions, if you didn't understand something, if I didn't cover anything, please leave comments. If you like my videos, put thumbs up. If you don't like, it's up to you. Please subscribe my channel. If you found something beneficial and you learned something beneficial from my videos, thank you a lot, and thank you for your comments again. And please subscribe my channel, and you will see more interesting things which I do with my violets. Bye, happy gardening.